guy is a biology major. He graduated with a master's degree. You think he would give up biology to get on a camera that he's never been before for somebody who don't have no values?
The amount of knowledge that you have in the room, not only from ET and CJ, but also from his team and from the people that are sitting amongst you, is great, and you can benefit from all of it.
You don't understand why you can't get to the next level, because you don't have a value system, and people know you weak and you don't stand for nothing, and that's why they don't want to associate with you.
He told the guy, he said, when you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful.
What up, what up, what up? It's your boy ET. Look, guys, super excited. Most of you saw on social media just here recently, I had the engagement of the week, the month, the year, maybe my life, right? The Dropout Prevention Conference, guys. Look, it was so surreal. All right. So let me just sum it up in 3 quick words, right? Redemption, restore, and return, right? I'm gonna say it again. Redemption, restore, and return. Listen to me. I sat in the room with a bunch of heroes. I had the opportunity to sit in a room with over 300 heroes, right? And what do you mean by that? Redemption, right? I was redeemed through a program like the National Dropout Prevention Conference. I was saved, guys.
Hi, we're here with Eric Thomas, and it's a distinct pleasure to be with you, Eric. Your
thank you.
Story is so inspirational, and I appreciate what you do. And Eric's here at the National Dropout Prevention Conference, and it's interesting because you actually were dropped out.
Absolutely. I'm a high school dropout. I'm proud to say that there are systems in place for those of us who don't make the greatest decisions on the first go around. There are people and programs that help us, to get a second shot. And so I'm grateful for the National Dropout Prevention program, because you guys did that for me. You gave me a second chance, and that turned into an equivalent high school diploma and eventually allowed me to go to college. So thank you, guys. I was a year away from graduating. It took me 12 years to get a 4-year degree. I was a year away from graduating, and I had the fear of success. I know some of y'all might not know nothing about that, but I had the fear of success. I had the fear of crossing over. And I'll never forget, my theologian teacher came to me and said to me, you gotta finish school. I said, I gotta finish school for what? I was back to that again. I'm from Detroit. I can go back and get a job at Ford. I can go back and get a job at GM or Chrysler. Man, I'm out of here. He said, you're gonna be just like your daddy. He made the connection. I said, what? You don't even know my daddy. He said, and you don't either. He said, but what I can tell you is he never finished anything. He never committed to anything. Your grandfather didn't finish nothing. Your father didn't finish nothing. And you, my friend, on the path of finishing nothing. And you're gonna be to your son what your father was to you.
I know that people watching this might be thinking, all right, what can I do to help? But there were people along your way
Absolutely.
that played important roles in
Absolutely.
your life.
Yeah, the first one was a pastor who wasn't just a pastor or a preacher, but he was a mentor. He was a role model. And he said to me, Eric, you don't have to start strong, but you do have to finish strong. He explained to me that your teenage years only last for so long, but you'll be an adult for the rest of your life. So you don't have to allow the terrible decisions you made as a teenager to haunt you for the rest of your life. I was allowed with my GED. Do you understand that the GED was the gateway to my PhD? I was restored. Are you hearing me? I was restored. I was reinstated. Like, I had the opportunity, the very thing that I gave up on, the very thing I quit, right? The very thing I abandoned through these type of programs, guys, I was restored. Every day I walked to Michigan State or drove to Michigan State in the cold and I didn't feel like going to class, I kept saying to myself, my daddy wasn't in my life, his daddy wasn't in his life, and this education is gonna allow me to equalize. It's gonna allow me to bring some sense of success to my family. I told you, my man right there, we right there on the court, Michigan State University. Yep, that's the practice court. Yep, me and my boy, Michigan State University. That's my boy right there. Yep, my firstborn, Jalen. That's my why. I got a why. I got to pay for my son to go to school, my daughter to go to school. It's just something happens when you have a why. And most of our babies are coming to class for math, English, and science, and it just ain't enough. You got to tap into their why. Your grandma still working, I asked. Most of them raise their hand. Yeah, my grandma's still working. I say, why your grandma still working? Because my father's in prison and my mom didn't finish school and she don't have a real job, so my grandma got to take care of us. I'm like, wow, it's funny that in other cultures, I don't know if in the Jewish community their grandma's going to work just to pay for them to be able to eat. That's kind of, look, do me a favor. How long you want your grandma to do this? Because you know she loves you so much that even if you're 25 and you can't take care of yourself, your grandma's still going to be doing this. So let's do this. Forget school for money. Go to school for grandma. Listen to me. You got to tap into their why. They might not come to school to graduate. They might not come to school for grades, but they love somebody. And you make them think about that somebody every single day. Write it down. Put their grandma pictures, like they loved ones should be on the wall. When they come in your classroom, take some of that stuff you got down that don't mean nothing to nobody. It's just cute stuff teachers do. And put all their mama, grandmama, uncle, everybody's face up there. And make them see their grandma when they come every day. Make them look at their grandma.
So look, I was a senior in high school and working 3 jobs, helping my parents and helping myself. I wanted to go to college. I was working a lot, and I got to the point where it was just so difficult for me to keep the momentum going, and I almost gave up. And until then, I went to YouTube, finding some inspiration. That's when I wound up on a video of E.T., The Secret to Success, because I was so passionate about, growth. And that's when I watched the video. It really inspired me a lot because I was having a hard time. I was failing my 2 classes, chemistry and algebra 2. I was failing my classes. I'll put the video and I'll put my earphones on and I'll listen to the video as I walk to school. It was like 15 minutes of walk in the winter.
He said, when you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful.
The video spoke to me, spoke to my heart, and I watched it for a month every single day, and I graduated from high school. And not only that, I really kept watching his videos, his motivational speeches. It really inspired me, and I went to college, graduated from college, and I'm 22 years old. I am a first-year MBA student, started my graduate school, and I still watch his ET every single Monday with the Thank God It's Monday videos.
Listen to me, to do a keynote at the National Dropout Prevention Conference, addressing teachers, addressing principals, addressing administrators. Listen, guys, return. Your boy E.T. returned. I came back. So grateful for those of you who organized this program. I could go on for days because it's not a speech, it's my life. And hopefully I'll have the opportunity to come to your school or school district and do teacher training, and we could spend more time talking about some of the practical tools. For those of you who don't follow me, I'm not interested in you following me, but school districts have used not only the videos, but they've used our books and more specifically our workbook curriculum, and I'm just being honest. They've gone from scores of 30 in math to 70s, from 40s in English to 80s, and turned their entire school district around. And the videos are absolutely free. I think the book is $19, so it's not, the investment is worth it. So please use the resources, they're there for you. Again, thank you for what you do. Keep doing what you're doing, and please make the rest of your life the best of your life. Thank you. I'm just super duper excited, guys. Super duper excited about this conference, super duper excited about what it meant, and I look forward to not just being an event, but I look forward to connecting with this organization and helping kids across the country, not only to not drop out, but more importantly for those who have dropped out, I'm looking to help them to get restored, to get redeemed, and return back to their glory.
The Gallup poll people, they're always asking, are you optimistic about the future? And right now, only about 47% of people say they're optimistic about the future. How about you? What is your message to them about being optimistic?
I say, don't accept the world that's been given to you, create your own. And so when you go from being homeless, a high school dropout, eating out of trash cans to where I am today, it's here. But you've got to take your focus off of what's not happening and put your focus on what can happen. I always say where your focus goes, your energy flows. So if you're focusing on the negative, that's what you're gonna get, that's what you're gonna see. But when you start saying, I can make it happen, I'm here. Like I'm in Detroit doing like Eric Thomas, a high school dropout, is addressing those individuals who are educators, who are administrators. So anything is possible. And I would just say, believe. The power of belief, the power of hope is magical. And if we would just believe and then move on our belief, we can create anything.